It is time to sit back, relax, and watch some NASCAR Heat 5 action on the channel tonight. It is the Henry 180 at the Road America. Road course racing for the second time this season for the NASCAR Xfinity Series version of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. And it is going to be a wild finish to the regular season. We've been ramping it up, and now we're here. Just 6 races to go. And we've already had 12 different winners, and you know what that means? Well, there's only 12 spots open for the playoffs. That means all these drivers are locked in, unless we get more than 12 different winners, which could very well happen. We got 2 road courses, another trip back to Daytona before the end of the regular season. If we do get more than 12 different winners of those drivers, they will have to race their way in on points from that point on, unless you have 2 wins. If you have 2 wins, you're automatically locked in. There are 4 drivers that do have 2 wins. Brandon Brown just pulled off an upset win at Iowa earlier tonight, so for our second race of the doubleheader, we'll go road course racing again here at Road America. 180 miles for this race. A 4-mile road course, 45 laps is the scheduled distance. And not going to lie, I was a little disappointed in my qualifying effort. I qualified 26. It looks like we'll be starting 25th. We have at least 1 driver dropping to the back of the field for the start of the race. This is not going to be good. I really thought we were going to have a better race car. 85 on the engine, 85 on the aero, 80 on the suspension. So our departments are maxed out for what we have right now. We're still trying to save money for that short track chassis. But obviously, again, if I do have to spend money here before the end of the regular season to try and get those upgrades maybe to a 90 just to get that win to get into the playoffs, I'm going to do it because we got to go for broke here. We might have to win another race to get in. Right now, as we sit, we're 12th on the playoff grid. So if we get one more different winner, we're below the cutoff line, and we're going to have to point our way in. If we have another bad one today, it's pretty much almost going to determine that. I know we still have 5 races left after this one, but if we have a bad run today, we're probably going to have to win a second race to get into the playoffs. We'll see what's going to happen right here at Road America. Josh Bilicki's going to be starting on the pole this race, and he actually swept both rounds in knockout qualifying. Cesar Paccarello looks really fast this week, too. Cindric dropping back to the rear. Road course ace in the Xfinity Series. We'll have to watch him. He's likely going to be really fast. As they come up the hill to the start-finish line, the green flag is going to wave, and we're underway here at Road America. Cap 24, DB Forever 85. Welcome to the stream.
Careful, still there.
Only one who realized NASCAR is going to have a Grand Prix. Yeah, it's going to be Road America is going to be titled, I forget what it is, like the Grand Prix of Texas or something. I can't remember what it's called. Because I'm too focused on this right now. I'm trying not to mess up as everybody's packed together and stacking up in both turns 1 and 2. A lot of contact around the racetrack. Schneider loosened his car up quite a bit from where he was in qualifying. Felt he was too tight in the center of the corners. He probably didn't qualify as high as he would have liked. I'm into turn 3 after the longest straightaway of the racetrack. Schneider's going to send it 3 wide. Passed about 4 cars into the braking zone now to get quickly inside the top 20. Got to really take advantage on these restarts. Initial start, especially here today. Shorter stages with this being a 4-mile road course. 10 laps in stage 1, 10 laps in stage 2, 25 in the final stage of the race. Contact now between Brandon Brown and Anthony Alfredo. Allgaier was on the inside of him. 3 wide as they check up big time. Getting into the next corner. Schneider drills the back of Anthony Alfredo. He was not expecting them to check up when they were 3 wide. I guess he had to check up getting into that tight hairpin corner. Schneider was not expecting them to do that. Hard contact with the back of the 21 car. That's right, Echo Park is sponsoring the race for that weekend. I mean, it's still a road course race. I mean, it doesn't title Grand Prix, but it really doesn't matter. Started trying to get to the outside of Allgaier, not going to work in that corner. So hard to pass on the road courses. A lot harder to pass the guy with the clean air in front of the field. Chase Briscoe's got that right now. This goes pretty good on the road courses as well. Schneider makes the pass on Allgaier for 19th. Already 7 spots gained on lap 1 for Schneider. He's got a little bit of damage to the front nose of the race car, as you can see after getting in the back of Alfredo into turn number 5. But hopefully that's not going to cost him too much. Some aero deficiencies.
Left side. You got room. You're clear.
By the way, of all 12 of those drivers that have wins, they are in the top 20 in points, all in the top 16 in fact, so their wins will account for a playoff spot. Likely not going to see any of those guys drop below the top 20. Schneider hard into turn 3. A little too hard. He got into both Alfredo and Jesse Little. A little overly aggressive here in the early going. He's probably going to have to back it down a little bit. 17th getting around Jesse Little with a little bump and run. These guys are braking a lot quicker into these corners than what Schneider is. Schneider's just got to be able to anticipate it a little bit better. Briscoe, by the way, was the leader at the end of lap 1. This looks like he's kind of pulling away a little bit on the track map as well. Looks like Brandon Jones starting to go backwards. Brandon Brown looking to get around him for position. Extremely hard. Oh man, right into the side of Brandon Brown. A sloppy start to the race for the 99, and he's just kind of driving in over his head right now. Some rookie mistakes out of the rookie. He ran well and pretty clean for the most part at Mid-Ohio, and that got him a 6th place finish. I know he didn't qualify that well, but
Stay right.
into the back of Brandon Brown. He's got to be careful. He's going to end up with more than 5 seconds of damage. He's not going to be able to repair it at the end of the stage. He was locking the tires up big time, trying not to run into the back of these guys that are just a lot slower than he is into the hairpin. I think a large part of that is he doesn't have the straightaway speed with that 85 engine power, and with this being a longer road course, the longest road course on the schedule, in fact, at 4 miles, it's costing Schneider. He's having to drive it a little bit harder into the hairpin. It's causing him to not even necessarily... I mean, he's overdriving into the back of these guys. If there wasn't anybody in front of him, he'd be gaining time on them. As we get later into this race, he'll get the timing down a little bit better. He's probably not going to have those issues. He didn't really have any traffic around him in session qualifying at all. Far enough ahead of him that time. He was really able to push the issue a little wide in that corner. Brown trying to get back around Brandon Jones for 15th. Using a little bit of excess pavement. Locks the tires up. He stayed off Brown that time. He was trying to side draft him, couldn't stay with him there. Hill to 66 and 14th right now. Colby Howard in the 15 car. The good thing though is that there are a lot of good road course racers for both this race at Road America and then Watkins Glen that have won this season, like Austin Cindric, Chase Briscoe leading right now. Then you got some guys that are good on road courses. Also, Jeremy Clements has a win at Charlotte this year. He's good on road courses too. But you look at drivers that don't have a win that are good on road courses. I think the big one is Alex LeBay, 36.
Right side. All right, you're clear there.
Really, we're just going to have to see what everybody else can do. Just a little, kind of close that gap on the back of the 99 is putting pressure on him now to maybe try and make a pass for 17. Just got passed by both Brandon Jones and Brandon Brown. Once Jones got alongside Hill and got around him, that opened the door for Brown to make a quick pass. Got really tight once he got up close to Timmy.
Still there.
And Hill beats him back to the gas. That's just not as good in the middle portion of the racetrack compared to everybody else around. Seems to be where he's losing on the most. And those longer straightaways. This is one of the longest straightaways too. There's two very long straightaways on this racetrack. Up ahead into the longest one off the exit of turn 2.
Still there.
And he's trying to get close enough and use as much draft as he can. Push it hard this time into the hairpin again, but he's going to obviously try to do it without contact. He's got to save this chassis too. Another reason why he doesn't want to damage it is because we go to Watkins Glen in the next race. Oh, forcefully clearing Timmy Hill in the hairpin. Turn 3. Sends it into the next hairpin corner now on Colby Howard. Does the same thing, self-clearing him. A little contact like he did on Timmy Hill a couple turns prior. Schneider now up to 15. Not even battling for stage points right now. That's the bad part about this. He doesn't want to anger anybody. He's been racing clean all season. You still got to race with that kind of mentality. I mean, it's helped him get one win at Atlanta. I know it was way back when. Pushed a little too hard there. He's nearly 4 seconds behind Brandon Brown now. 14. I think he's just got to stop pushing in stage 1. The strategy game out. See if we might have anybody short pitting this stage as well.
5 to go.
Already halfway through stage 1. Again, only 10 laps each of the first 2 stages. So that means just 5 laps to go in stage 1 from where we're at right now. This goes on the first 5 laps. Not in position to get any stage points right now. If you're him, why not? Got to make sure you do it before 2 to go, and actually he's going to have to do it before 3 to go if you think about it. Because Briscoe's easily going to get to the start-finish line before Schneider. Schneider waits until 3 to go to pit because then pit road's closed and Briscoe gets there.
All right, you're clear.
looking to make him pass again. Schneider's going to have the advantage, though, into the hairpin.
Still there.
He's going to stay in front of him.
Inside clear.
Timmy had the outside lane there after a good run of the kink. One of a couple kinks on this racetrack.
Right side. You got room. You're clear.
Schneider dropping to second gear in the middle of the corner, and that just launched him to stay in front of Hill. Hill almost got to his inside. Continuing to battle for 15th. There's another one of the kinks on the racetrack. They're using all of the racetrack. Fan out as wide as he can. While being able to use as much throttle as he can. Turner, welcome on into the race. 4 to go at the line. Tells you how fast Chase Briscoe is today. Clean air is going to help. He's got 44.5 seconds to Schneider after 6 laps, and Schneider's in 15th. I mean, he's in the top half of the field. Justin Haley, who led the most laps at Iowa, won a stage. He's still winless this season. 13th right now, so he's going backwards after qualifying inside the top 10. Position to get stage points. Points almost don't matter. For anybody that doesn't have a win, points really don't matter. You have to get that win to even have a chance. You might have to win twice, depending on where you're at in points. Honestly, for Haley, he's good on points. Him and Chastain are good enough on points. They can get one win, and they will point their way in from there. That will only make it harder on guys like Schneider, Alfredo, and Brandon Brown. And those 2 colleague cars are able to go to victory lane. I still look out for Chastain and Haley to run well at Daytona. Because they both need a win. They might work together for most of the race. It gets down to it, they can't work together. You got to find a way for one of them to go to victory lane, but they're not going to settle it lightly, I'd have to imagine. Remember, Schneider does have to finish in the top 15 4 straight races to get a contract incentive bonus of over $70,000. Tires up now. I mean, it's time to push, though. 3 laps to go on the stage for Chase Briscoe. Schneider's still sitting at 15th. And he's going to play a little pit strategy game here. Keegan Schneider's coming to pit road. Not sure what the speed limit is, so he's going to take it easy up here.
You're going too
Didn't
fast.
practice a pit stop in the session qualifying like he probably should have. 40 miles per hour is the pit road speed limit. 4 seconds of damage. He's going to try to save time on pit road here as much as he can. He doesn't want to go a lap down. It's a long racetrack. He shouldn't go a lap down, but you never know. His pit crew hasn't been fast all year. I swear, if he goes a lap down on this strategy, he's going to be foiled. Four tires, no adjustment. Scheduled to be about an 18.7 second stop. Not going to be too blistering fast to say the least, but could have been worse. 18.7. Schneider going to roll off on pit road. There will be 2 laps to go at the line for Briscoe this time. So Schneider's currently in last, but this is so he can hopefully restart the final stage from the lead. Still got a decent gap back to Briscoe right now, so just for 2 laps he's got to hang on. He's going to try to get track position. That's the name of the game here when it comes to road course racing. He's only going to have about 2 lap older tires. It'll make a difference for those first 2 to 4 laps, and then they'll even out. He's hoping he can at least stay within the top 10 and get some stage points. ideally, for stage 2, because he wasn't in position to get stage points there. He would not have tried this strategy if he was in the top 10. He would have gotten every point he could get. But well outside, well, he was 15th. He wasn't well outside the top 10, but interval-wise, he was. Hit his marks now, no major mistake. Still caution free in this race as well. Just 2 laps to go in stage 1. Schneider will get the free pass if he goes a lap down, but again, that would foil the strategy, because then he'd have to restart at the back of the pack. He does have fresher tires than Briscoe, though, right now, so that would definitely help. And he's got clean air just as well as Briscoe does. So that's not going to affect the race car in a negative way at all. Affected positively, matter of fact. Oh, somebody's just blown an engine getting into the next corner. Landon Castle has an issue. That slowed Chad Fincham up. It's going to slow Schneider up too, because he was checking up to make sure he didn't run into the back of him. Had 2 wheels on the grass. See if Castle will get the pit road before Chase Briscoe is going to have a chance to get up there. I don't think he is. Actually, it does look like he'll run around the final corner before Briscoe gets there. Makes the gas on Chad Fincham. Fincham way off. I don't know if Castle just cost him that much time or not. Landon was running about 20th before that issue. Final lap of stage number 1 now for Chase Briscoe. We stay green. Again, Landon Castle was able to get to pit road. We'll finish out the final lap of the stage. So it helps with it being not only road course, but a 4-mile road course. It's going to have to be a pretty big pile up for there to really be a caution. Or at least a major incident around the leaders. Venture better get a move on. He might go a lap down before the end of the stage. Schneider is over 2 minutes behind Chase Briscoe. He's going to go a little wide there. He's usually going to stay in the lead lap. I mean, he's still probably got about a good 10 seconds back to Briscoe yet. Kind of taking his time, too. He's not wanting to waste these tires. 2 laps that really aren't going to count for anything for him. Just know any tire smoke you're seeing isn't really locking the tires up again. We've seen that on the road courses, career mode in this game for whatever reason, and on the short tracks. Like right there, I did not lock the tires. Schneider's going to finish 35th. The stage, but Chase Briscoe has led every lap so far, and Briscoe will dominate and win stage 1 here at Road America.
White flag is in the air.
After starting second, Fincham will stay on the lead lap to the end of the stage. He would have gotten a free pass anyway, but he'll be all right. Of an uneventful stage 1 outside of Landon Castle, rolling an engine with a couple laps left in the stage, but no caution came out for him. Everybody's going to be pitting during the stage break except for Keegan Schneider, who pitted with 3 laps to go in the stage. Pit road closed with 2 to go, so he had to pit with 3 to go. He wasn't in position to get stage points. He was in 15th, so why not? He'll restart from the lead. leading laps for the second straight race. Both on strategy, but
All right, man. You're coming to the green. Are you ready now?
maybe we'll get to 100 laps led before
Green
long.
flag. Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Briscoe's actually going to be in the preferred lane. Schneider's got 2-lap older tires, so
Stay left.
he's almost a full lap behind Briscoe. Briscoe gets out of the gas pretty early there, trying to set Schneider up. Schneider might have went a little wider than what he wanted to, but he still was able to beat Briscoe back to the gas. And he'll hold the lead down into turn 2 now.
Right side.
And here comes Briscoe. Side by side for the lead. Schneider trying to side draft Briscoe. Briscoe's cleared. The disadvantage on older tires, I know it's only 2 laps, but that makes a difference on a 4-mile road course, at least for the first handful of laps. Schneider sends it deep, though, into turn 3, trying to get back around Briscoe. He did for a short moment, just for Briscoe to cross him back over again. And Briscoe's going to be smooth sailing now. I mean, he was so fast in the opening stage. Schneider's just hoping he can get some sort of stage points with the strategy, ideally, is what he's hoping for. Right now, he's still holding on to second pretty well as they're side by side for third. Gregson and LeBay are battling it out. I mentioned LeBay being a good road course racer. He's definitely got probably his best opportunities to win both here and at Watkins Glen in the next 2 races. He could be that 13th different winner. Ethan, welcome to the stream. The battery's low. You guys know what that means. At the end of stage 2, I'm going to be plugging it in because I'm not making that mistake. This is where the track position's so key, because Schneider's got the older tires, but he's hanging on to second. Briscoe's just in the league of his own today. If somebody was going to win outside of Schneider, he hopes it's a different winner. I should say, a repeat winner. If we just get repeat winners the rest of the regular season, Schneider's in the playoffs. He doesn't have to point his way in. He doesn't have to win a second race. He's good. That's asking for a lot, because that's 6 races to have that.
Right side.
3 of them are pilot car races. Well, Gregson passes Schneider. Schneider going to try to get him back, though, in turn 3.
Careful. Still there.
Gregson a little sideways, trying to pick the throttle back up again, but he does clear Schneider still. Not sure where Austin Cindric finished in stage 1 exactly, but remember, he in a situation where they had to start at the rear race today. If anybody's going to have anything for Briscoe on a long run, it could be Cinder, but he's got to get up here first. Clements, by the way, got around LeBay for 4th about a half a lap ago. Now he's trying to get around Schneider for 3rd. Just a couple more laps and these tires are going to be even out. I'd say with about 5 laps to go, the stage tires are probably even out. Won't have to hold on for dear life quite as much. The only other thing is you got to think about the 99 team. Their picker has been very slow all year. So let's say he even finishes 3rd in the stage. He's probably going to lose at least a couple spots on pit road. Do you try to do the same strategy to restart from the lead in the final stage 2? Or you take the stage points knowing that, hey, if I don't get a second win this season, we're going to need all the points we can get because we're going to have to get inside the top 12 now. Right now, he's sitting 12th. Really big decision. He's going to have to make it soon. They only got 7 to go on the stage and pit road closes with 2 to go. So it's not like he can just sit on this spot and wait it out for a little bit. He's only got 5 laps, less than 5 laps now to try to figure out if he's going to pit. Alex LeBay trying the outside to get around Jeremy Clements in turn one. They're still side by side. I lost Schneider to pull away from him a little bit more. You can tell who's behind him. 6th place. They're still side by side down the long straightaway of the racetrack. Into the hairpin. I didn't think they were going to stay side by side through it, and they didn't. Alex Lebeu had the advantage on the inside lane there, and even if they were, they would have had another hairpin corner in the very next turn, in turn 4. I didn't think they were going to make it through both of them. Chase Briscoe came into the day 14 points ahead of Cindric for the regular season title. Cindric starting at the rear, not getting any stage points in stage 1. Briscoe winning stage 1 and leading here in stage 2 with 6 to go at the line this time is not good for Cindric and trying to keep up with Briscoe to maybe win that regular season championship. Same for Harrison Burton, who isn't far behind Cindric. He's 30 points coming in today. All 3 of them have definitely been the 3 favorites, I'd say, for the championship. Probably Hemrick who has 3 wins. So Gregson with 2 wins also, I would consider. Those are definitely the 5 favorites. Only 4 of them can make it to the championship. Back around the bay within the last few corners. Got a big run up the hill down this long straightaway. 85 with the engine power as Clements is going to look low into turn 1. LeBay's going to try the high side. It actually worked last time. I know he didn't pass him at turn 22 on the outside, but he was able to stay alongside, side drafting him enough, have the advantage on the inside by the time they got to turn 3 into that next left-hand corner. Tried it again, but he couldn't hold with him. Even through turn 1, he stays behind him through turn 2. He's got to get Clement to run in the draft down the long straightaway again. Looking to make a pass. He's going to give him the outside of the hairpin. Not going to give him the inside. Tires are definitely well evened out on this point. Top 2 are gone. Schneider's likely holding these guys back a little bit again. He was 15th on speed, it looked like in stage 1, but a lot of his track position again with these road courses. And he's going to lose another spot. Oh, the Clements contact with LeBay as well. Driving in hard. He gets back around LeBay at least.
Right side.
Oh, LeBay moves him. Probably didn't appreciate the contact before.
Right side.
Although it was accidental. Closer to Josh Bilicki looking for 5th. Schneider starting to lose spots now. Back to 6th. Got a chance to get back around Bilicki as Bilicki slid the tires. Trying to get back to the gas. Schneider's back up to 5th. Really has to make sure he doesn't lose any more spots. Daniel Hemrick's up inside the top 10 at the 7th.
5 to go this time by.
5 to go on the stage. Schneider's going to have to pit with coming to 3 to go if he's going to pit. He doesn't have to pit this time. He'll have to pit the following time by if he tries the same strategy, but that would be sacrificing stage points because right now he would get 6. And I think unless you're around 8th, 9th, or 10th, it might be a little easier to sacrifice a couple points versus a handful of points. You don't want to sacrifice any in the situation he's in right now. You see how well it worked for him this stage, running 5th. gotta know he's gonna lose at least 2 spots on pit road. I'd have to.
Right side. Clear to the right. Right side. Clear right.
They're using all the excess pavement.
Left side.
Kept it on the racing groove. Trying to side draft Balicki.
Here we go now. 3 wide.
Balicki got to his outside.
Clear left.
Schneider pulls him right back. Now Balicki's still stuck on the outside, and Daniel Hemrick's going to get underneath him.
Right side.
Hemrick, right on that right rear corner panel. Schneider with a block. Like Hemrick might have had an opportunity. He chose to kind of back it off into the next corner, not drive it into the back of the 99. That would have been terrible.
Left side. Clear left.
4 laps to go, stage 2. Eliminating the different camera angles. First time in the race today. Side by side now between Harrison Burton and Daniel Hemrick for 6th. Burton did get around him too.
Right side. You got room. You're clear.
Burton starting to put a lot of pressure. Oh, that was a great crossover move by Harrison Burton. Oh, a little contact. Burton barely stays on the racetrack. Schneider kind of nudged Hemrick. Hemrick got around both the 20 and the 99 after they made contact. And after the initial contact, Harrison Burton wanted to turn the 99 car. Again, pulls alongside.
Careful, still there.
Can't believe Schneider hung on the outside of that corner on Harrison Burton. Just can't get around him. There was no room to go side by side there. Someone undercut the corner.
Still there.
He's back to 7th. He'd still be in line for 4 stage points, but he lost 2 spots that lap. 1 to Hemrick, 1 to Harrison Burton. 3 laps to go on the stage. Pit road closes this time by. Briscoe's going to get to the line before Schneider does. So Schneider's staying consistent here. He wants to just kind of worry about trying to get stage points. But boy, if he doesn't get any stage points here and loses a couple more spots, I don't know if it's going to be worth trying to stay out, but he's committed to staying out. Absolutely has to. Good corner. Pulled away from Balicki a little bit. Gave himself about an extra car length and a half of breathing room. Still managing his tires fairly well. Checked up in the key. Snyder's just got one top 10 in the last 9 races. You gotta assume how badly this team just wants a top 10 today. Very badly. 2 laps left now for Briscoe to try and win stage 2. Shadowly, welcome to the stream. Scott Bad got the W. Congratulations to your team getting the win.
I need 2 more solid laps, bud. Keep it going.
Already at over 7 seconds behind Harrison Burton for 6th, but he's just trying to hold on to get stage points. Tell you what though, at least his pit strategy will work for the short term in stage 2. By pitting at the end of stage 1, he can stay out during the stage break. I mean, even if he just scores 1 stage point, it'll be probably worth it. Assuming he was going to lose spots on pit code, likely wasn't going to get inside the top 10 on the next restart. You've seen how hard it is to pass on this racetrack all day long. Played that track position game, not to perfection, but at least well enough to score points. Remember, we have 12 different winners, so he might have to point his way in here. That's the main call for this thing. Going outside the top 10, wasn't in a position to get inside the top 10 before the end of the last stage. Scoring 4 extra points.
Right side clear.
Tyler Burback, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Really foresty. Much like Watkins Glen, honestly, when it comes to, of course, I haven't been to Road America. I will be at Road America this season. Watkins Glen is pretty cool. It does look like there's some elevation changes at this racetrack. I've never been to the state of Wisconsin in general, so I don't know exactly how hilly the state itself is, but I know in upstate New York, like, pretty much, I'm pretty sure those are still the Appalachian Mountains up in that area. It's pretty much once you get to, like, eastern Ohio, Pennsylvania region, it stays hilly all the way in upstate New York. Right around the track. The racetrack's literally in the mountains. You drive into the mountains to get to the track is in the mountains. It's awesome. It's not just any mountains, I mean, it's like a foresty mountain. Tons of trees everywhere. It's a bit of a wheel hop that time. Hunter got back to the gas at a decent spot though. Having to run a couple extra laps on him compared to everybody else in the stage. Just gotta hope his pit crew doesn't mess up this final stop too much. Again, you have to assume they're probably gonna lose at least a couple spots. Still have an 85 overall pit crew. He's actually kind of gap Josh Billicki on this last lap of the stage. Chase Briscoe has just won stage 2, sweeping the first 2 stages of the night. Checkered flag already in the air. Good job for him. 3 more corners to go for Schneider to try and finish 7th. Kind of pulled Billicki again. You just wonder if Billicki's kind of holding everybody else up behind him. You wouldn't think so.
A few stage points.
And And so that's not going to count for a caution for incident today because the leaders were already past the start-finish line, but there must have been trouble on the racetrack enough for them to get this stage to an end. Schneider will finish 7th. He was likely going to cross the line 7th anyway. I don't think any spots were going to change here in the final 2 corners. There's a look at the top 10 on the upper left-hand corner of the screen. He's going to try to make this pit stop as quick as possible for his crew here. Yeah, it does say NCT. Good eye, good eye. Yeah, I noticed that in the session qualifying. We went under that bridge a couple times. 6 spots lost on pit row for Schneider and his crew. He scored 4 stage points here.
Be ready here.
Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Final stage underway. Chase Briscoe can get the clean sweep. 22 laps remaining. Trying to get a jump and get underneath the 0 of Jeffrey Earnhardt. He outbrakes him. He did a great job. And look at the run he got to the inside. 3 wide. And somehow gets to 9th place. Restarting on the top lane. That's about as good as he could have done right there. He's not done yet. He's underneath the Licky for position. Trying to get a draft off Vaccarello. He had to check up. He didn't want to run in the back of the 90. Now he's trying to side draft the Licky down the longest straightaway of the racetrack. Going to try to outbrake him into turn 3. He's going to have to. He's on the outside lane. Sends it into the next corner. Underneath Vaccarello. Passes Hemrick. All the way up to 6th. He got around Harrison Burton. These have been some really clean passes too. After a slow pit stop by the 99 crew, Schneider's just wheeled this race car right back up inside the top 5. Oh, a little contact with Burton there. That was a great crossover. Getting back underneath him. Burton's going to try to get another crossover of his own. Trying to hang it in on that left rear corner panel on the outside of Schneider. Not going to work. Lane's going to open up underneath him for Hemrick. Nope, not quite. Burton shuts the door. Schneider back to 5th. Noah Gregson, by the way, got around Briscoe on the restart for the lead out in front. The fastest car of the race is now in 2nd. Schneider's got equal tires this time too, so let's see what he can do as far as the rest of these guys go. I don't think he's going to keep up with those guys that passed him already. I just don't imagine. He's pushing it a little too hard right there. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. Going wide in the finishing corners. Pretty good in the final corner. Hemrick was able to get around Harrison Burton for position. Jackson Thomas, welcome back. No cautions for incident here today at Road America. This will be a caution-free race. Haven't had one in the Xfinity season. The closest we came is at Charlotte. We had just 1 yellow. I think in Mid-Ohio we had 2 or 3. Done today, we only have 20 laps to go. Next time we come back to the start-finish line. So long since the last top 5 for Schneider. We mentioned he's only got 1 top 10. In the last 9 races. It was a 6th place finish at Indianapolis 4 races ago. Pushed it a little wide there. That's going to cost him. Harrison Burton's going to be on wide. A little tight again. Back to 6th. Even the top 10 before was a 6th place at Mid-Ohio. in the last 10 races. So if I'm thinking correctly, you got to go all the way back. So I think Charlotte, when he finished second to find the last top 5, he's only got 3 of them this season. Runner-ups and a win. It's been a while since the last one. All been a mile and a half, too. 20 to go.
Right side. Clear to the right.
One starts 6th at Kansas. That's pretty good. So it seems like the finishing order from last week is really about how everybody's starting this week. And I think the top 5 are exactly how they finished last week, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to look at it again. I looked at it yesterday morning. Oh, what happened? Wide goes Schneider in the hairpin. Hemrick, Baccarella, Jones get around him. He's back to 9th. Jeffrey Earnhardt's right behind him now. I downshifted and it didn't downshift for me. I hit downshift to 3rd and it just never downshifted. I wanted to go to 2nd. We were still in 4th gear by the time we got into the corner, because it didn't even downshift the first time. That was not me. That was either the game or it was my controller for some reason. I've never had issues with this controller, so have to keep an eye on that going forward.
Left side clear.
It just costed Schneider 3 positions. Race where we haven't even seen a caution for incident today, that could be costly. Went off into the sand. First major mistake in the day, but it wasn't really his fault. Something went wrong with the shifter. Brandon Brown got around Jeffrey Earnhardt for position. Jeffrey's trying to get him back. We haven't seen Cindric all day long. Again, that's just been how tough it is to pass today. Cindric's a very good road course racer. And dropped to the back at the start. I wonder if he can be battling. We have not seen any passes to the lead except for on the restart when Gregson got around Briscoe. This last restart, that is. He's still out in front. So it's been hard to pass in traffic. Just imagine how hard it is to pass the leader. Outside of when Briscoe was able to pass Schneider, but again, that was on a restart as well, and Briscoe had fresher tires than Schneider, so they had old tires. Start stage 2, got through the first 3 corners, and that was it. Got into turn 4 and lost the lead.
Right side.
Pushing a little too hard. Brown's going to get around him. Jeffrey Earnhardt's going to get around. R6, welcome to the stream. Nope, just a doubleheader tonight. This is the second stream. Ran Iowa a little bit earlier. This one started about 15 minutes after the end of that race. Yeah, 10 likes so far. Hit that like button if you guys haven't already. Good job doing it up to this point. laps to go here at Road America. Schneider doing everything he could to get the car to blow up and still couldn't.
Still there?
That as he struggled all day, honestly. Trying to get back to the 39's back bumper, couldn't do it. Look, he's really faded back on the last restart as well, currently 13. Gonna draft off the 99, all guy behind him at 13. I think I see Cinder finally up into the top 15 right now. Look at Schneider coming in hot. Trying to outbreak Ryan C.
Left side. Clear left.
It's getting a little on the tight side. The first 2 pit stops, this team hasn't made any adjustments. They did make an adjustment after qualifying to try and loosen the car up quite a bit, and I think they might try to go heavy trying to loosen up the race car one more time under the final stop, because these guys will have to pit one more time before the finish line. Schneider will short pit. That's going to be his strategy in this final stage. Won't have to worry about losing a lap at this racetrack. 4 miles in length takes well over 2 minutes to get around. These Xfinity cars at Road America. Hey, well, thanks for sticking around, man. Appreciate it. I gotta work tomorrow.
Right side. You got room. You're clear there.
Cinder's trying to hustle. He wants to win this race.
Left side. You got room. You're clear.
One spots he can gain under green. If we do get a late race caution, he has a fast pit stop. Going back to the having fast pit stops in the past. Almost, yeah, he does clear all guy. He blocks him too. He's trying to get around Schneider for 12. Look at that, much faster race car. Considering Schneider qualified 26th for today's race, he's ran inside the top 10 for most of the day. He's currently in 12th. And that is the setup change. Again, he's definitely got to take care of this race car. Going to Watkins Glen next. He's going to have to repair the 4 seconds of damage he's got on the front nose. He's been waiting on it all day long at the same time on pit road, but during the money stop, he's going to have to make it happen. Cinder got underneath him, and Schneider couldn't run the King side by side. He almost ended up in the wall. That was close. Ran a lot wider than what he wanted to still, but it's so hard to go side by side. For any corner on this track, that was one of the toughest. Not only Cindric was able to complete the pass, but so was Allgaier, and Schneider's right back at 14. As far back as he's ran since stage 1. Gonna have a chance to get back around Noah Gregson. He's got 16 more laps. That's plenty of time for this race.
Left side. All right, you're clear.
Schneider wants a short pit, but when does he pit? A lot of it is not only to try and gain track position if it stays green to the end. It's such a long road course, it's only going to gain him a few spots likely. Maybe he can get back inside the top 10. He's going to have a slow pit stop too. Ideally what he's hoping for is we get a caution, just like we did when he tried to play the strategy at the end of stage 1. Restart in the lead, hang on for dear life. Everybody at the start of the stage is going to be 4 to 5 laps short. I'd assume everybody else is going to try to take it as long as they can on fuel and tires before having to pit. Just in case we get a caution, knowing we are that close on fuel to the end, if we do get a caution, we're still going to be short by probably a couple laps. Close to that 1 to 3 lap mark if we get a yellow. We'll have 3 to 4 caution laps. Drivers inside the top 5 without wins this year. Alex LeVay in 3rd, and then Ryan Seed was in 5th the last we saw. As long as those guys don't win, it'll be an alright situation. At least exiting Road America. And you got to survive to the next wildcard race in the very next race at Watkins Glen. Try to just hope for not having another new winner again. Good news is Schneider had gotten stage points today. It's the second race in the last 10 in which he scored stage points. 4 of them all in stage 2.
Clear all around there.
Like he probably should have stayed in second gear a little longer that time. A lot lucky to get a little bit bigger of a run down the straightaway than what he might have already had. It's halfway through the tire wear. Just realized I didn't plug my controller in yet, so I'm going to do that down the straightaway. Speed real quick, get the 4th gear. I'm going to pause it, change the controller. We'll be right back. 14 laps to go. Alright, I'm back. Made it quick. I said I better not mess my timing up into turn 1. It didn't. We're all good. Next big thing here is, are we going to get a caution? We have just 14 laps to go in this race, and we haven't had a caution yet. And trying to side draft Balicki, a little contact.
Still there.
Oof.
You got room. You're clear there.
Nudge and a push, and he holds on to 14. .53 seconds off the lead for Noah Gregson. Noah's got 13 laps to go now at the line. He's got another run at him. The finishing corners. Just less than halfway through the final stage with 13 laps to go. Schneider will pit this time. The road speed limit's 40 miles an hour. Locking the brakes up. Got to make sure he does not speed. And he didn't. 4 seconds of damage. He'll repair it. Top it off on fuel. Gonna go one can. Try to quicken the stop up as much as he possibly can. He's gonna make a wedge adjustment as well. Gonna take a round, or a half a round of wedge out of the race car. The only adjustment he's made throughout the race all day long. Going to be a little bit slower than the last stop they had. At least 4 seconds slower just because of the damage alone. It was an 18.7 second stop earlier, but even without the damage, it's looking like it's going to be about a slower. He just has to make sure he stays on the lead lap with this strategy. He'll have fresher tires by about 9 laps over Noah Gregson.
Okay, get back in
Rest
there.
of the leaders, so get out on the lead lap. But by the time he gets up to speed, Gregson's not going to be that far behind. A couple more laps, he's going to get there. Schneider's going to have to block. If and when Noah Gregson gets to him. 12 laps to go for Gregson. Second green flag stop of the day. It's the third pit stop total for the 99 team. So he's got one set of tires left the rest of the way, but he's not going to end up having to use it. Didn't think we were going to in a 45-lap race. No cautions for incident at all today either, so there hasn't even been an extra opportunity or so to pit either. He's only about a half a lap, maybe a little more than a half a lap in. Taking a half round of wedge out. It does feel like it has quickened this race car up a little bit, plus repairing the 4 seconds of damage I'm sure helped too. Combination of those two things looking pretty good for him. Caution is out! And Schneider literally only has about a half a lap on his tires. Chad Fincham will get the free pass, 35th. That was a perfectly timing caution here for Schneider, because he's basically going to have equal tires with everybody else, and he'll get the restart from the lead with about 10 laps to go. Hopefully you guys are still watching and you are awake, because this is possibly going to get dicey. Only driver without a win in the top 6 is Alex LeBay. He is a good road course racer. He has never won in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Briscoe wins the race off pit road. Hemrick gains 3 spots. Gregson
All right, now.
loses a couple.
Going green.
Green flag back in the air. Road America, 10 laps to go. Sorry, 9 laps to go.
Clear all around.
Schneider got a good launch. Quickly gets out ahead of the 98 of Briscoe. He's got equal tires. And now he's got the track position. Hemrick rolls it in on the high side of Chase Briscoe, trying to take over second. Schneider's just got to hit his marks now. They're still side by side for second place. That's going to help him. He might need to win this second race to get into the playoffs. And this has been his best opportunity in a very long time. Hasn't won in 15 races. Really good in the hairpins today. Hemrick, by the way, was able to get to second place, passing Briscoe on the restart. Chase Briscoe's had the fastest car all day long. Remember, Cindric just got inside the top 10 for that restart as well. Whoever brought that caution out still in the race. Landon Castle's still the only driver done for the day. Checkers their records. We'll see. That was a slight mistake. Off the exit of that corner. This is a lot of fun now. We've seen a lot of great road course finishes on the channel, and we might be setting ourselves up for another one. He's got the clean air. That is going to be so huge. Nobody has been able to pass anyone on the racetrack after a half a lap after a restart. Briscoe led every lap through the first 2 stages after starting second, but he got around the pole sitter, Josh Bilicki, literally in the first turn of the race. But then it was Gregson who got around him a couple laps after the restart to the final stage. He was able to lead for quite some time. Schneider just led his first green flag lap of the day. We now have just 8 to go. Really in time caution. Part of why he short pitted, and Hemrick just beat him through turn 2. He got underneath him. Schneider did not make a mistake there at all. Hemrick drove it in so deep, and now Schneider's trying to side draft the 8 car. And Hemrick is clear into turn 3. Schneider locks the tires up. He's gonna go wide into the sand. And Hemrick is gonna stay out in front. Oh, Schneider just lost a bunch of spots. Forces the 51 car wide just to get back to 6th. He was desperate to get around Hemrick quickly there, and he just couldn't do it. That was a great corner in turn 2 by Daniel Hemrick, and turn 3 for that matter, to protect. How did he get around it? That's the first pass we've seen that wasn't on a restart, for the lead at least. Schneider just can't drive in over his head now. He's got to hold on for everything he's got. Hemrick has 3 wins on the season. He's slowly catching Harrison Burton for the most this year. What a strong second half of the regular season Daniel Hemrick has had. Schneider is better in certain corners on this racetrack, but not consistent enough. He just doesn't have the straightaway speed to hang with these faster race cars. The top 5 are all in a single file line. Briscoe is in the driver's seat in second place. He's had the fastest car all day. Can he get around Daniel Hemrick? 7 to go. Only had 1 caution for incident all day long. He came to 12 laps left in the race. Will we get another one late here?
Right side.
Schneider did bobble a little bit there in turn 2. Clements is going to get around him. Clements just had a much better corner. Schneider didn't really mess up too much there. He definitely didn't mess up when he lost the lead. I mean, Henry just drove right around him. Hard on the brakes into turn 3, trying to close back in on Jeremy Clements. I don't think he's going to have anything for Jeremy. These guys get side by side for any one of those positions up ahead. Can't count Clements or Schneider out of the race at that point. Baccarella having a good day in the top 10. Trying to get around Schneider for 7th. Schneider can't keep losing more spots in case we get another caution. He's only going to restart further and further back. There are no more pit stops the rest of this race. Even just for the finishing position of itself. Again, we don't have many laps left. We're coming to 6 to go this time by. Schneider on his own is not going to be able to catch anybody else ahead of him in the position, so we might as well just try to protect and hang on. We finished 7th at the end of stage 2. Fittings in 7th right now with 6 laps to go in the race.
Wow.
Daniel Hemmer trying to go for his 4th win. Schneider just ran his fastest lap. 2 minutes, 13.611. That last time on the line. Faster than what he ran in qualifying by far.
Right side. Clear right.
He's definitely digging. And it's time trial laps at this point in the race. Feels good, tires are plenty good. We're not even going to get below 30% the rest of this race unless we have multiple overtakes. Real life last year at Road America for the Xfinity Series, didn't they have like 2 overtimes in that race? I remember it was the day of the Michigan Sunday race because they ran a doubleheader at Michigan last year because of COVID. I remember they delayed the start. No, it was the Saturday race. It was Saturday. A buddy of mine was over for the Saturday race. I remember us watching the finish of that one. They purposely delayed the Cup race like a half hour so that way people could see the end of the Xfinity race. It's supposed to be on the same channel. I think they were both on NBC Sports that day. It's a NASCAR sanctioned race, so I guess they had the rights to postpone their own race. And there wasn't anybody in attendance because of COVID either, so it's not like there were people in the stands. Wide and Baccarella
Right side.
got around him. And he's going to fight back though.
Still there? All right.
Great corner. Back to 7th. He lost the spot that time, but he wasn't going to just give up. 2 perfect corners and he got back around him. Henry Jones has closed the gap.
Time to go this time by.
There's 11 seconds off the lead. 5 laps to go.
Right side.
Brandon
Clear
Jones drives deep into turn 1 to the inside of the 90. Cinder, there he is in the top 10 still. I mean, he just never had a chance to get through the traffic. Only 1 caution per incident to help bunch the field back up outside of the stage race. Starting last, the only driver dropping in the back, and it's just taking the entire race to get up here. Points later, Chase Briscoe won the first 2 stages. He's likely still running in 2nd place. by the way. Did get around back of Rowe a little bit ago. Less than a half a lap ago. He's definitely got the pressure on Schneider now. Trying to take away 7. Gap Jones and everything. Schneider at this point is just hoping for another yellow. He knows he can get better than a 7th place finish at least, and at least get a top 5 to get another restart. You never know. And get back out in front somehow. Problem is he's in 7th place, which would actually mean he'd restart in the outside lane. Being a clockwise road course. He's not going to intentionally give up a spot to Brandon Jones, though, when he needs every point possible. What if we get one of the 13 different winners? Emmerich holds on. We're not going to get one today. I believe Alex LeMay's in 4th place. First driver running without a win.
Left side, clear left. Right side.
Wider than what he wanted to right there, but he beats Jones back to the gas.
Right side.
Jones drives it underneath him. Oh, what a cross! Oh, well, one thing it was going to be a crossover, then he wheel hopped it right into the side of the 19. And they're side by side.
Still there.
Heavy braking zone into a right-hand turn, and Schneider again holds on to 7th. 3 laps to go at the line now from Daniel Hemrick with the top 5 directly behind him. Dean Clements is closing that gap again as well, back at 6th. We get to the white flag, the next flag will end the race. Caution comes out now. We are definitely going to overtime, so it will be just 2 laps to go at the line. Will not get restarted back in time. We'll go past the scheduled distance.
Right side.
Didn't give up a spot because of it, luckily. Block Brandon Jones through the kink. On the wreck straight away. Well, 2 to go now for Daniel Hemrick. I didn't think anybody was going to come close to really catching Burton. The most wins of the season, but Hemrick could get his 4th. Which would put him just 1 behind Harrison Burton, so Hemrick's really packing on those playoff points here late in the regular season. Still 5 more races left. Regular season after the checkered flag flies tonight. We go to Watkins Glen tomorrow. A little wider than what he wanted to go in turn 1, using the excess pavement, and Jones is going to clear him for 7th. Right there as well. Schneider drove it in hard. Oh man, contact with the 19 of Jones, and that just costed Schneider trying to get back to the gas. Jones about went around. Schneider hard into turn 3, trying to get Jones back, and does. Jones with a crossover himself, a double crossover. Kind of what Hemrick was able to do earlier to hold on to the lead. They're trying to make the pass for position. Schneider's not done yet. He wants to get back to 7th. It's not close enough to the back of the 19. Corners now to go for Daniel Hemrick to at least get to the white flag. Cindric looks low. Schneider going to block him off. He's trying to race the 19. Slipped away a little bit. It was a good corner to try to reel Jones back in again. Hemrick will get to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Schneider's digging. He wants a chance to get back to Jones for 7th. Actually pulled away from Cindric there in those last couple corners. Still 1 full lap to go in the battle for 7th place at least. There is still a battle up towards the front. Can Hemrick hold on to win? Go hard in turn 1, no surprise. Go hard into turn 2 as well. That move for Hemrick to get to the lead. Never mind, his teammate Noah Gregson has just passed him in the hairpin in turn 3. Somehow Gregson got up to 2nd to get around Briscoe, and now he's out in front after passing Hemrick. Schneider into the hairpin. A little wide, and Cindric is going to get around him for 9th. 8th place, rather. Schneider doors Cindric trying to get that spot back.
Left side.
Gotta be careful not to wreck the race car. Gotta use the same chassis again at Watkins Glen, but he is fighting for every point inside the top 10 possible. Cindric's got a really fast race car, though. Lost another spot on the last lap. Noah Gregson trying to get his 3rd win of the season to match his teammate Daniel Hemrick. He's just about 2 quarters away from triumph here today at Road America. Brandon Brown trying to get around Baccarello to get a top 10 finish. Schneider trying to hold them both off for 9th. Cindric is going to be too little too late trying to catch Brandon Jones, but he will hold on to 8th on Schneider. Checker flag in the air, Noah Gregson. Last lap pass for the win at Road America on his teammate Daniel Hemrick. who we thought had the move to win the race. What a move to win the race was Gregson on that final lap. Schneider's going to hold on for ninth, losing spots here and there in the closing laps. Lost the lead with 7 to go.
Hey, the owner's going to be happy.
Still got a top 10. And we have another repeat winner with Gregson getting his 3rd win of the season. Alex LeBay slid into 2nd. Daniel Hemrick finished 3rd. Harrison Burton 4th. Briscoe, fastest car of the day, led the most laps. Led every lap in stage 1 and 2. Winning both those stages, of course, but finished 5th. Jeremy Clements 6th. Brandon Jones 7th. Austin Cindric 8th. Keegan Schneider 9th. And Cesar Baccarello rounds out the top 10 for the run to that 90 team. Everybody who finished the race finished on the lead lap. 34th. 2 DNFs. Landon Castle way back early in stage 1. And then Jesse Little, his engine expired there in the closing laps. Didn't bring out a yellow, though. Neither did Castle's incident. Only 1 caution per incident this entire race. Looked like Chastain got into a wreck with Brandon Brown earlier. That must have been the 1 caution. Oh, man, oh, man. Well, it was a good top 10. Problem is, even with a top 10, we dropped back another spot in points because Alex Abade jumped. We're 17th in points. We're still inside the top 20. Let's see. Tom Joe Martins is at 361. We have 121 points to Tommy Joe Martin. So we have 2 full races to at least stay inside the top 20. So 2 full races, we should stay inside the top 20. We've got 5 races still, but we're not mathematically in as far as the top 20 in points. But again, we're last of everybody with a win. Still, we're only 6 points behind Brandon Brown. We gained 2 points on him today, but he had a good finish. He only finished 2 spots behind us. Those were the 2 spots gained. With the same amount of stage points on. And, yeah. So we're chasing Brandon Brown for now. If we get 1 more different winner, we're chasing Brown. If we get 2 more different winners, we're chasing Alfredo. We're 17 points behind Alfredo. If we somehow get 3 different winners, we're chasing Jeremy Clements, and Clements is almost 100 points ahead of us. He's 96 points ahead. So we're likely not going to catch Clements. How about Hemrick? 3 wins this season. But Gregson just got his 3rd today. Great job for him. And Chase Briscoe, winning the first 2 stages and finishing 5th. Still a solid points day. He leads the regular season standings by 30 over Harrison Burton. Let's see how many laps Briscoe led. I know he led the most. He led 24 of the 45 scheduled laps today. Well, we'll take a look at the shop here, see how much money we've got. Money. My Mr. Krabs impression there. Oh, man, you can tell it's getting late. Over $750,000. Look at that. 182,000 fans cheering our name every Xfinity Series race. I remember we didn't even get to 1,000 fans after a Truck Series championship, so that's pretty wild, honestly. Riley Herbst, did you see last race? Keegan Schneider did pretty well. Yes, he did. Nice top 10 from Jeremy Clements as well. Keep it up. We'll try to do that. Hopefully we didn't bang that car up too much. We did bang it up a little bit. Not going to lie, throughout the race. So hopefully we're not down too much in our departments going into Watkins Glen. The Zippo 200. 82 laps at the Glen for the 3rd road course race of the year. Final road course race of the regular season. We still got to go to the Charlotte Roval in the playoffs. Then we go to Dover, Daytona, Darlington. Final race of the regular season is actually at Richmond. Probably my worst track on this game, so that's Yeah, definitely don't want to go into Richmond having to win because I don't think we're going to do it. Bristol starts off the playoffs, Vegas, Roval. So, oh boy, yeah, we better score all the points we can these next 3 races because we get to Richmond. I don't think we're going to do so hot there, especially if we don't have a short track chassis. Hoping we get it before the playoffs for Bristol, but man, even that's looking like a stretch right now too. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. Right now, we're going to worry about Watkins Glen and take this one race at a time. We're still 12th in the playoff standings because we did not get a new winner there, thankfully. And, yeah, Chastain's still 8th in points without a win. Tough break there. Ryan Sieg's 11th in points after a tough start to the season, but, again, nobody's going to clinch on points this year at all. That's tough. Justin Haley's in the top 12. I mean, we got 3 guys in the top 12 in points without wins, so it's not going to count for anything because Alfredo, Brown, and I all have wins, despite being below 12. It's a good thing we won at Atlanta. I said we probably weren't going to point our way into the top 12. Well, problem is we still have to point our way into the top 12 out of technicality because, well, we don't have to unless we get another new winner, but Nemechek's 20th. He's hanging in there. I'm telling you, he's going to compete at Daytona. Daytona, Talladega, both the truck and the Xfinity series. He finished top 5 in all 4 of those races. He finished 2nd in 3 of them. Like, he's the real deal in this game with the super speedways. And LeBay, he's going to be fast at Watkins Glen. He finished 2nd at Road America. He might be that guy to get the 13th different win. We know the Kaulig cars are fast at Daytona. I feel like one of those 2 are going to win if I can't pull off the win there. We'll take it 1 race at a time, and again, we'll do our best. That's all we can really hope for. Yeah, we're going to be down a little bit compared to where we were the last race. Going to have 84 on the engine, 83 on the aero, 80 on the suspension. Still saving up. We need just less than $400,000. And we'll get that I did my math wrong. Okay, so we need just less than $500,000 still. Hopefully we can click off good finish. Before Richmond, at least before Bristol. At least. I'm hoping we can get that. If we can get that 2nd win before Richmond, I won't have to worry about using a short track chassis. That's a big if, though. That's a big if. That was the closest race we've gotten to winning. We still finished 9th, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Get the super speedway chassis back and ready to go by the time we get to Daytona. It will be. All right, so 84, 83, and 80. A little less. We had 85, 85, and 80 for Road America. Finished 9th, so a little less at the Glen, but we'll hope for the best. Tune in tomorrow night on the channel for that race. I got to work, so no official start time. Probably looking somewhere around 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but tune in regardless. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content, and I will see you guys tomorrow night.